I'm mad about Super Mario Strikers, whatever the new one is called. I don't care what the new one's called. It's just don't worry about it. The names don't matter at all. I'm mad about it because it is technically a new Mario Strikers game, but it's missing characters that were in the older games. Yes, Nintendo has been doing this shit for fucking years. They've done it with Mario Power Tennis Aces or whatever that one was called. They did it with a recent Mario Golf game that people said was just boring. I have not played any of these, so I shouldn't have that much of an opinion about it, but still, I have played the older Mario sports titles, especially Mario Strikers. I haven't been that much of a huge fan of them as, say, Relax-A-Lax, which is the person that introduced me to that series. I saw his video that he did a few years back. That was the best forgotten Mario sports title on the GameCube and Wii, or whatever it was called. It was something like that. But anyways, that doesn't matter. The title of the game doesn't matter. The title of the video doesn't matter. None of that crap matters at all in this. I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense to, first things off, do a new Mario Strikers game, do a new Mario game, do a new Nintendo game, and not have all of the content in it. If you're gonna do DLC, at least delay the game so that you have all of the content in it, and then if you want to add more, just add more. The only game that made sense to do this was Animal Crossing, but they didn't have the bar in the museum. I forgot the name of it, but the music's really good because it's freaking Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing has good music. Screw you. But like, you changed the style of Mario Strikers. It was originally going to be a wrestling game, but Nintendo decided that that was too violent for the team that was working on it, and then they're like, okay, what about soccer? Yeah, we can do soccer. And Nintendo's like, yeah, soccer. And if you're not American, or if you're smart, because there's no reason America should call football soccer, because you use your feet. Anyways, that's a completely different situation. It's football. It's everywhere else in the world's football. It's American soccer. You get the point. Mario Strikers, the older games were fun. They had good combat, they had good mechanics, they had good music, they had good style. The art was beautiful for absolutely no reason. It had that very specific early 2000s type of vibe that I love. But it was also super gritty, because why not? It's Mario characters beating each other up in American soccer. How does that not sound good? Also, I'm surprised that they haven't done American football. I don't know why. I don't like American football at all. I like soccer more. I genuinely really like soccer. I don't watch it, but I have played it a really long time ago. But, like, Mario football would kind of make sense. You've done tennis, you've done golf, you've done soccer. Just, you would make more money, Nintendo. Do the ideas you want. This is like another Valve situation. If you don't know who Valve is, stop watching my channel. But Valve is the company that made Half-Life. They basically threw VR out. People saw it and then was like, "Oh my god, this is incredible." everyone should have this. It's $1,000. They think it still is $1,000. It isn't worth it for that much with all the wires. All of the wires. Then PlayStation did VR, then Facebook/Meta did VR. I'm still calling them Facebook. Fuck you, I'm not doing anything that you want me to, Facebook. But they put out Half-Life 1, made a lot of money on it. They then proceeded to work on Steam after helping people get mods for Half-Life out as they're under being published from Valve, and then they did Steam, and it only had Counter-Strike Source, I think it was. No, this was way before Source. It had the original Counter-Strike, it had Team Fortress 1, and Half-Life 1, and that's basically it. I think that there was another game, and I'm not sure, I have not looked that far into it. But, like, they did those games, and then they didn't release anything for years. And then Half-Life 2, there was news that they were gonna do Half-Life 2. There were trailers, there was marketing. They put it out. And then they're like, oh yeah, and Half-Life 1 had a lot of DLC. That was like 3 expansions? 2. One of them you played as Adrian Shepard, which is a military guy. If you don't know in Half-Life story, you are Gordon Freeman. And aliens happen. I forgot exactly why. There was a problem with an experiment that you guys were doing. You're a scientist. You're not really supposed to know how to guns. And then you do, because why not? It's a first-person shooter. Don't question it. But basically at one point in the campaign, very early on, I forgot the exact mission name, the US military comes in, out of nowhere, to cover it up, that, yes, there is a horrible thing that has happened here. Aliens exist, yeah. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. And then Gordon Freeman, just defeats aliens for like a few decades, and then they come back and fuck everything. AKA the Combine in Half-Life 2. But Half-Life 2, that came out, it was super successful, and then what if we didn't make more money? Yeah. They put out Half-Life 2, they were working on Half-Life Episode 1 and Half-Life Episode 2. Those two happened. They made a lot of money. Like, they made a lot of money. Like, thousands and thousands of dollars. And then that turned to millions when Steam got more than just Half-Life. And then Portal 2. But, like, these are all years apart. And Half-Life is the only series that Valve has made that is in Valve's studios. Except for maybe Team Fortress 2. I think. I'm not exactly sure. But Half-Life 1, when it first came out, that was the only game that they had. It was their only original game, and even then it's not fully original to Valve as a company. There are other people that were working on the idea before joining Valve. That is a completely different topic, and if you want more, Tyler McVicker, I will put a link to his channel. Please watch him if you want Valve stuff. I don't know him personally. Please don't get this video to him. It's a random fucking rant that started out with Super Mario Strikers and then evolved into talking about Valve, because Valve is a really good company, they do good games, and then they fuck up. Like I'm about to say how. Basically, I also forgot what I was saying earlier because of ADHD, so fuck you. What they did, is they put out Half-Life 2. Made a lot of money on that. They were promising behind the scenes. They were getting other companies to work on DLC for Half-Life 2. See where I'm going with this? Arcane. You know, company that made Dishonored 2. I'm not exactly sure what... oh yeah, the other game that was basically Dishonored, but like time travel, and there's the chick and the guy. The chick kills the guy repeatedly, the guy kills the chick 3 times, and the chick is also another player. Deathloop. That's the name of the game. That game seems really fun. Just realized the Xbox is off. Damn it. Doom Eternal probably stopped downloading. It did! I'm pissed. Not because Doom Eternal, but also, yes, because Doom Eternal. It's so fun. I recommend it. But Arcane was working on DLC for it. It was the continuation of Adrian Shepard's story that would make his entire story and expansion from Half-Life 1 official in the universe, because people are still deciding, hey, did Blue Shift and... I genuinely forgot the other one. Damn it. But did Blue Shift and Adrian Shepard actually happen? Are they real? Are they canon? What's the weight of these two? Did they happen? Do they exist? And then there's Half-Life Decay, which is another expansion that was only on the PS2, that was also... Right now, fans are porting it to PC, and I'm gonna play that, because... Why not? It seems fun. More Half-Life. But... yeah, they had Arcane working on an expansion to Half-Life 2. They were going to have episodes that were different characters in the universe of specifically Half-Life 2 and other parts of the story that you don't get to see. I think one of them you play as Alex, but I'm not exactly sure. There was a lot of stuff that Valve hides and still hides. I mean... 12 or 13 years of development of Half-Life Alyx. Let alone that game coming out is as a masterpiece of what it is. That game, I have not played it, but I genuinely have not heard a single bad thing about the entire game in any way whatsoever. And I would spend about like $1,000 or so just to get VR, just to be able to play that game. Or, as an alternative, if it gets ported to PlayStation 4 or 5, spend a few more $1,000 to get PS VR 2 and a PS5! But, yeah, no, Valve, buddy, man, other adjective to describe a friend, or pal, or partner, or whatever, who cares? I don't even know if I used adjective correctly, I don't fucking know, I give up. Look, I adore your games, I adore the communities that are around those games. Portal, mwah, amazing game. One of the best games I have ever played in literally forever. It's still in like my top 10 favorite games ever. And then, if you don't know, if you go into the game as blind as you can, which is pretty hard to do because the cake is a lie has become still is very quotable thing, and that was in the end of Portal 1, where like GLaDOS is insane. Ooh, spoilers! GLaDOS is insane! Literally watch anything from Portal 2, literally know about Portal 2's existence, and then you'll know that GLaDOS is insane. But, going into Portal 1, if you go into Portal 1 and do not know that GLaDOS is, of course, an insane person, the surprise, there you see cracks. in the system, which is a Leadhead video. I think it was Leadhead. It might have been someone else, but anyways. Portal 2 came out. In my top 3 best games ever. It's just so fun. Even the multiplayer as like a continuation of the story of Portal 2, but also not directly. It's a good game, and I recommend it. Please play the entirety of Portal 2. Just watch... And DLCs. Pay for Portal 2 on computer if you can, and if you don't want to play it with keyboard and mouse, it does have controller support. I'm not sponsored at all. I just recommend playing it on PC, because PC is the best on Steam when it comes to games that have mods. You know why? Because you get stuff like Portal Reloaded, which, granted, basically an expansion that was never brought to anything except PC, because it was a fan that did it. But with Portal Reloaded, you don't just get 2 portals, like in Portal 1 and Portal 2, or the second half of Portal 1 and the entirety of Portal 2. No, you get 4! For no reason! You just have 4 portals in one portal gun, and like, it's fun. And then there's Portal Stories Mel, which is like a prequel, I think, that you use the slime stuff. They have a British man. He's British. He's also a core. It's not Wheatley. Wheatley was also British, but that's... Yeah, no, just play those. They're funny. They're good. Portal's a good series. There's also the thing that... It's not a game. Don't... I swear to God. Or whatever thing is in the afterlife. I don't know. Or care. Or... Anyways. I swear. If I see a single comment calling the Aperture Test deck thing a game, I will slap you aggressively, and then apologize for slapping you, because I'm a nice person, and I don't mean any harm, but don't call it a game. It's a fucking tech demo. It is a glorified tech demo for the Steam Deck, and you cannot prove me wrong, because that is exactly what Valve has it under. Anyways, yeah, no, this was a video of nothing. Absolutely nothing. I hope you learned absolutely nothing watching this. Goodbye.